Obodo onye genu ntọ n'ihe nkọrọ they cannot. Nwoke ọrụ bụrụ ọkwa eziokwu na ọrụ bụrụ enyemaka ole ya ọrụ na-eme. What's up, family and friends? Welcome to the Woke Nation, our nation of factual truth, where we feel free to share knowledge and spread the knowledge of factual truth without fear, without favor, and without faint. Where we encourage us to live our life and live it well through the knowledge of factual truth, because it's very vital. Okay, so I'm sharing with us what I titled What and Who Can Free Africa? What and Who Can Free Us? Us, black people, us, Africans, or whatever name they call us as a people. What and who can free us? Free us from what? Free us from who? Free us from slavery and free us from our slave masters, our colonizers, our enslavers, those who divided us in 19th century into cake they be feeding on, and they want us to be permanent slaves. But it can never happen, because no matter the forces that rise up, it can never overpower nature. No matter the power that rises against us, it can never overpower us. That's why they want us to be divided, deluded, believing there is a savior that is coming from heaven or from our neighbors to save or free us. We are Africans. We are Akebulans. We are original. And the fake will never overpower original for long, because fake will never last. Original. Slavery kept us under white people's control in everything. When I say everything, everything, including the one we call African spirituality, is under their control. Now they succeeded in conditioning us, making us to be submissive to our slave masters, making us to love our enemies, people that were harsh to our ancestors, people that are harsh to us. They condition us to be submissive, humble to them, nice to them, show compassion to them. So you see us loving our enemies and hating ourselves. They said that you should love your enemies. If you don't do that, you will not enter their heaven. So we are loving them. They are our enemies. They are the one that made themselves our enemies. So taught us to love them and hate ourselves. We hate our ancestors. We hate ourselves. Everything Africa is evil. Everything foreign is good. They make us abandon our own for their own. We open the windows and throw away our things and open the door and welcome their things. And since then till date, we never know peace. We never know prosperity in our land again. Our slavery condition is not permanent. Our slavery condition is not permanent because the truth shall prevail and the sun will shine again. No force can stop us from rising again as a people. People that are in tune with nature, people that know what true freedom, what truth is, people that know how to treat other people like themselves, like human beings. But when you look at the character or the behavior of our people, you think our slavery is permanent. You think they can never wake up. Remember, I was once like them. I was once a Christian. I was once an anointed man of God, prophet of God, evangelist of Christ, servant of Christ, preaching and teaching the God of Israel, following the Jesus Christ of Nazareth. Never knew anything about my ancestors except they are idol worshippers. They were idol worshippers. They were doing evil. Their charms were evil, not knowing that their chance was great, not knowing that my ancestors were great. But my forefathers, my father, who are religious, they taught me, they brought me up in Christianity. And Christianity is opposite of everything African, just as Islam and Judaism is. They oppose everything African. And when they conquered us and enslaved us physically and mentally, they established their institutions in our land among us to keep us mentally enslaved. And the worst or the hardest chain you can break is the mental chain. The physical chain is easy. You can run, you can break the one on your feet and run with the one on your hand and break it along the way or somewhere else. But the one in the mind, some people don't notice there is chain in their mind because of faith in God, because of belief in Jesus, because of hope of going making heaven after life. So they don't care about the chain. You tell them, see the chain. You make the chain is making sound. They say, no, it is the voice of God. It is God telling them to keep running the race set before them. So you see, our people, they only want you to teach them how to make money. Show me how to make money. You are making noise. You are not making money. If you're not making money from what you are saying online or offline, or what you are doing online or offline, you are just making noise to them. They don't care about you because they don't even want that freedom. Although some of them may sing it, some of them may say it, they may click like, but to do what they're supposed to do to have that freedom, they don't want to go that way. No, teach me how to make money. Show me the way how to make money. I want to be rich. I want to make money. But you don't know the people you are calling the richest people in the world today. It's because their ancestors enslaved their ancestors. and use your own thing to establish the system that is enriching them more than you. The richest people are not black people in Africa, are not Africans in Africa, no. When you're talking about the richest people today in the world, they are outside Africa. Even the African inventors, they are outside Africa. You say why? Because Africans are not settled yet. They are still slaves. They are still on the run. They are not settled as a people yet. So, how can you build something that will last? How can you have your freedom when you are still on the run? You are not standing to fight to win the battle and free yourself and live your life. So you are always on the run. You want you living for daily bread. You want to provide for yourself and your family. So you won't have time to fight for your freedom. But you should know, getting that bread will never free you. It is lengthening your period in that slavery because you are a slave trying to be rich. A rich slave is still a slave. A doctor who is a slave is still a slave. Slave doctor, slave engineer, slave whatever, you are still slave inventors. But we are not free. So you see them, they just want to be rich in slavery. They want to make money, so they want to play sports, make money. They want to engage in games and buy stocks and all that. Just make money, give me money. But I said, at least this lockdown that just passed in 2000, right? The government shut down everything, everywhere, including places of worship. It's supposed to teach you that money cannot save you, money cannot free you, money cannot buy freedom. You have to fight for it. And you cannot fight for it alone. That's where my mission comes in. Waking our people up so that together we can join hands and fight for our freedom. We are not limited to any time. If it don't happen this time, it will happen in the next life. We keep coming until we have our freedom. It can never be a gift to us. Mm-mm. It can never just drop on our lap by any, maybe some ancestors fight for us or maybe some God fight for us. No. We are the one that must fight to restore our powers and recover our heritage. So the question is this: what and who can free us from our bondage, from our slavery, from our colonialism? Who can say, who and what can free us from them? Let me start by saying spirituality can never free us. I hear some of our people telling our people, oh, come back to African root, spirituality. Spirituality is not our root. If spirituality is our root, our slavery is permanent. It will be forever. Spirituality cannot help you to build road, build house, do anything. Spirituality is child's play. It's a distraction, just as religion is. Spirituality will never help Africans. Mm-mm. Our power is not spiritual power. Spiritual power does not exist. Spiritual power does not exist. It's natural powers. That's why human being is doing it. If it's a spiritual power, he wouldn't need any native doctor. He wouldn't need any herbalist. He wouldn't need any human being to participate in it. Anything that is human being participating in doing it is natural. It is people who are spiritualizing what is natural. And when natural people spiritualize what is natural, they are living in bondage. It's keeping them from thinking for themselves, it's limiting them. Spirituality limits us as a people. Yes, it's our ancestors that started it, but it's not our root. is like our branch. And the tree does not stay with the one branch forever. No, it falls off, new one comes up. And whether you call it spirituality or tradition, it's supposed to be something that is improving us, not something we are using against ourselves or to show who is who among ourselves. No, we're supposed to use it to show our enemies who we are, that they cannot control us forever. Why can't our that so-called spirituality work against those who are they are still holding our heritage? Go to their museum, you see our stuff. Yet those people that are doing this nonsense today, libation, forefathers, and all that, they don't even think of that one. How about those things? Is there showing you that we are still holding your stuff? They have the proof. It's not something you say, oh, stop gossiping. You're just making no. Go to their land. Some places they build shrine for it. The same shrine we built, they took it and built shrine and keep it there. Is there any native doctor in Africa? Is there anyone who claims to be practicing spirituality that is talking about to restore our heritage? What they're calling you is to come and join them in fellowship. Come and join them in sacrifice. Come and join them in doing bullshit, killing fowls and gold. They say for the gods. Fuck those gods. Yeah, those gods of the land. Fuck them too. You say, no, the gods of the land are our ancestors who dead. That fuck all that. We are those ancestors we're talking about. They are not anywhere. They are not in the ground waiting for us. We are here. Oh, man. I was thinking about what that guy asked me yesterday. He said, when I said that anybody that believes in God or worship Jesus is stupid, he said, do your parents believe in God? I said, of course. If they, it doesn't say anybody. Because that's another thing some of us fear to say. Because our parents are wrong, shouldn't make us shut up. We shun other people, but we don't want to shun our parents. Some of us grown up still have that fear. And you cannot call a spade because your family members are involved. But other people, you are calling them. Those people you are calling stupid. And they believe the same thing your parents believe. Why can't you call your parents the same thing? You are calling them. You are hypocrite too. But I stand for factual truth. It doesn't matter whose ox is God. We must speak the truth that many people fear to speak. If your father is a thief, say, Father, you are a thief. And tell people, my father is a thief. What will happen? You still afraid of curse or shame? Oh, tell me why you cannot say the truth when it involves your own relations or your own family members or your own friends. And you say you're a truthful person. It's hard to find truthful people today. That's why some people think I'm a hypocrite. What I'm saying is not true. But when I do, one guy from my village, 1 year, what year was when I was just starting coming out, he said, he commented on my post, he said, he don't like people that are, they will say this, but they are still sponsoring their family. I said, no, you don't know me. My family are not even talking to me. It's only few of my siblings, maybe one or two, that I'm communicating with. And we are nine, my siblings. We are nine. That's eight following me. And my parents, I don't. And then you think that someone will come and I will be listening to that person talking rubbish. If I didn't spare my own blood, then what make you think I will spare you when you come with the same garbage they have and they are praying for me to come back to that garbage? They are fasting and praying for me to come back to God, come back to Jesus, come back to slavery. I escaped the plantation. And my parents, my siblings who are in that plantation laboring, they are saying, wherever I am, it is devil that took me there. I should come back and join them in working for the Lord, working for the Master, working in the vineyard of the Lord. I'm no longer a slave. And I will never go back. I would rather die than go back there. For what? because death is better than bondage. What and who can save us? Let me, the first one, what can free us is knowledge of factual truth. Not knowledge of God, because God does not exist and God is useless. You Africans that have been worshiping God for how long now? Is there anything God has done for you? See how you are crying for against insecurity in your countries. See how you are crying against poverty, against starvation, against insurgents, against robbery, against evil in your land. Where is your God? See how you are crying against bad governance in your land. Where is your God? If you really care about the poor, why can't your God do better? Can't your God eliminate poverty? If your God have power to do all things, why can't that your God eliminate that poverty? That when you see children crying for help, you see tears coming down your cheek. You know how you cry. Even in your prayer, you are crying for miracle to happen. You are God supposed to know better and do better. If you can see those problems and be praying for them to be changed or for them to be solved, why can't your God, who sees all things and can do all things, solve them? There is no excuse you have for that. Don't tell me they don't believe. Don't tell me they are not. You believe that the same God you worship made them. That's what you believe. And you believe there is nothing that is more powerful than your God. So even if it's their fault, it's not a reason why, or it's not the reason why your God cannot end their poverty, cannot end their suffering. Instead of sitting back wherever you say that God is, laughing at your troubles. You know how you have been running helter-skelter, looking for solution to your problem or looking for financial assistance, yet you say there is God. You are experienced. You are alive. I don't know how old you are, but all the suffering you have suffered so far, they are enough to teach you God cannot save you. God cannot free you. God cannot free us from our slavery. Where was God before they enslaved us? Where was that God before they colonized us? Where was God? God cannot save us because God is a imaginary being. God will have hands, he cannot handle anything. He have ears, he cannot hear. He have eyes, he cannot see. He have nose, he cannot smell. He have mouth, he cannot speak. You know why? Because God is like the man who made it. And because man cannot make anything with life in it, there is no life in God. And until man move God, God will not move. It is the belief power of man that makes God real to man or powerful to man. And the man is the one that determines where that God goes or what that God says. Understand that Christianity, Islam, Judaism, or any form of religion, they can never free us. Prayer cannot free us. Worship cannot free us. Giving to the poor and needy cannot free us. Government cannot free us. Rulers cannot free us. Do you know why all these things cannot free us? Because they are agents of slavery. They are like the nails that keep us in that box called slavery. God, religion, prayers, worship, giving, government, rulers, all of them are agents of slavery. They don't want us to be free because if we are free, they will not eat again. Ala adịghị mma bụ uru ndị nze. Bad governance is the people in power, in authority that is enjoying it. They are enjoying that bad governance you're crying against. No, 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 no. Like what is about to happen in Nigeria, Ahmed Tinubu, they say he will run for president. And I already hear some people start castigating him, talking bullshit. If Hausa and the Yoruba agree that he will be the next president, you can make noise all you want, he will become the next president. Because Nigeria is three major tribes. So any two tribes that join, the other one will lose. Yeah, so you join them. That's we see our politicians joining them too. Nkụ mkpara n'ahịa burula nganya na nka. Nkụ mkpara n'aja ahịa burula nganya na nka. Ọhịa ka eji esinye ọkụ. Ị na-achọkwa iwu m. Ọhịa ka eji esinye ọkụ. Ị na-achọkwa iwu m. Ọ bịara egbu anyị ga-egbu mba. Ọbịara anyị agaghị egbu onwe anyị ga-egbu ọbịara egbu anyị. Anyị ga-egbu ọbịara egbu anyị. Ọ bụghị ọbịara egbu anyị ga-egbu onwe. That's bullshit. O jiri wipọn bịa ebe ka onye ngwa ka ọ ya egbu dị ya na-ewu ishigharị. That's one of the things that keep us in bondage. Wishing, praying. Prayer is form of begging. That's why you should be against prayer. When people make posts, I say prayer is useless. What do you mean? I say exactly what I say. Prayer is useless. If prayer works, Africans will not be going to China to import anything. If prayer works, Africans will not be working under white people. If prayer works, we will remain in our villages. Prayer is useless. We need the knowledge of our origin. The knowledge of our origin. Some of you still confused. That's why you still believe in their story of creation, telling you that one God created you. You are a creature of that God. He gave you commandments you must live by. Fuck that. No God created you. No God gave you any commandment. You were not born to serve any God or man. You were born to live, explore, and enjoy your life. You're supposed to know how you came about. You came from the earth. You did not fall from the sky. No, God made you. The life you are living now started at consumption. What your parents ate, what your father ate formed the sperm in him, and what your mother ate formed the egg in her. Then both of them had sex. That's how you came from the earth. And without the earth, you can't be here. You cannot live without it. That's why no force can take you out of this earth. Anyone that is telling you there's a place you will go outside this earth, outside this universe, that person is a liar and lying to you. And you must be a stupid person to believe that person. And that's why they treat you like animals, because you believe their lie. Remember, it's a trick. And they use threats to sell it. So when you believe it, you become their slave, whether you know it or not. You're supposed to know your origin. That's part of the knowledge. The knowledge we have in this world is unlimited. So don't let any spirituality or any religion limit you. Who say you cannot know it all? Start with that. Any person that said that don't even know your origin, because where you came from, knowledge is unlimited there. You can know all things. It is impossible. You cannot. Who said that? You are the one saying that. Have you tried? I'm fair. No. Because you believe their lies. You limit yourself and promote nonsense they give to you, worshiping that God, believing in that God, praying to that God. Fuck all that and wake up, my people. The knowledge of your ancient African ancestors, very important. We don't know them. Especially those of us that grew up in Africa. We knew nothing about our ancient African ancestors. The ancestors we know about are those who were enslaved. That's what we know. And that's why we believe the lies they tell us about them, saying they were idol worshippers. Because where they ran away to, they begin to make things that resemble their ancestors, and they say they are worshiping it. Our ancient African ancestors were not worshippers, they were great builders. They are the one that gave the world science. I think it was one guy was arguing with me on a post. He said that science has no color. I say it's a lie. It's black people. Don't tell me it has no color. There's where you will say this thing come from here. It come from black people, not from black and white people. You say it come from white people. White people haven't cannot tell how our ancestors built the pyramids, and our people are waking up trying to tell them how, but they're fighting it. It is when we regain our place again, then we will tell them this is how we build it, and we build more, greater things. I'm not talking about history because history is not ours. They made up the history. That's why it's called history. We have our own story. Our own is our story. Their own is history. History. God, Jesus, history. His story. That's what they want us to believe. We don't need history. We need our own story. Do you know our story? Not history. The history they wrote is a lie. The history they taught us is a lie. You don't write history. You live history. We are our living history. I mean, story. But those history you learn in school, those history they wrote in a book, his story. Our story is greater and better than his story. The story of God, the story of Jesus. Where is her story? They eliminate her and they promoted him, his story. What of her story? But we have our story, which still baffles the whole world. They cannot know how we began that because they are not part of us, but we know. And that's why some of us that already have that knowledge, sharing it because some of those of us that are blind are still in religion or spirituality, they come against it. They cannot stop us. There is no factual truth in history that's in his story. The factual truth is in our story. And we are the one that can tell our own story. Foreigners cannot tell our story. Hi. When you are talking about history, you are talking about God and Jesus. Our story supersedes them. Our story is greater than them. Our story is greater than God, greater than Jesus. Then, who can free us from this slavery? The answer is simple: ourselves. It's Africans that will free Africa from slavery. It is Africans who can free Africans from slavery. We don't need foreigners to free us from the slavery. Are they not the one that put us in that slavery? How could you expect somebody that put you in slavery to free you when you know he's benefiting from it? He can never teach you to be free. He can never educate you to be free. He can never establish anything for you to be free. Rather, for you to be employee, consumer. That's all you can do, but not builder. Their help can only give us integration and independence, but not freedom. What are we celebrating today in Africa? Independence. What are black people celebrating today in America? Integration. You see black people saying, yeah, our country, America. It's It's white people. The land is ours, but the country, America, the system that is in, is white man's system. It's white man's country, but the land is our land. Just as Middle East is our land, but we are not the one occupying it today. Just as that area in South Africa where white people are occupying our land, but they're occupying it. They can only give us integration. Okay, let us be one. We are one. You know, we play soccer together. We play games together. Okay. Now, independence. Okay, you have president, but all your leaders are answerable to us. Your leaders come to our land for holiday. We don't come to your land for holiday. We only come to take, to steal, kill, and destroy. That's what they come for. The help they are giving us or they will give us will be as the weight that that sinks us deeper in that ocean of slavery. Some of us to come out of it, or the river of slavery, not ocean, river of slavery, because ocean is bigger than river. We are the ocean. They want they want us to be accepting help from them. I've been saying that when I hear a celebrity in America donating something in Africa, I get upset. Africans don't need anyone to be donating anything for any reason in Africa. For example, see this COVID 19 still going on. The American government, China, they are making vaccines, donating to Africa. Africa is not making any. But they are ready to accept any propaganda, any conspiracy theory going around. They embrace it. Hey, they want to kill us. They want to reduce us. It's better they kill us now. If you cannot make weapons, and they're coming with weapons, they're the one making weapons, and you are buying weapons from them, they can do any, they can kill you anytime they want. But think about it. Why is it you are not making things as they're making? But you play ball with them, you play games with them, but you cannot make what they're making. You cannot make vaccine they're making. You cannot make weapons they're making. You say they will not let you. Why not? So why can't you fight to be free from them controlling you, stopping you from making your own weapons, stopping you from making your own thing? Remember one time they said one guy found a cure of COVID 19 in Madagascar, blah, blah, blah. He died. They say World Health Organization did not approve it. You don't need the approval. Oh, if we don't do this, they will sanction us. Let them sanction us. Why are we living in fear? Learn from China, learn from Japan. You can thrive. Use your brain. Africans, their help, their institutions are sinking us deeper in this river of slavery. But we can serve. We can naturally build up ourselves to sail, to stay afloat to our ocean. River is not our place. Ocean is our place. We can keep ourselves afloat and cross over to our freedom shore. We can do that. Their help will sink us, but our own brain will help us. Nature will help us because we are one with nature. It will help us and we will be free from them. We can do that. We naturally have all it takes to free ourselves. We don't need their help. That's why they came for us in the first place. They found out we don't need their help. We have everything we need. We lack nothing that is on the earth. We have everything in quantum, in plenty. They came against us. They say, no, we must take it by force. Not only taking what they have, we must take them also. Knowledge of self is very important, my people. Most of us don't know who we are. That's why you can see them say they are Hebrew Israelites, they are Christians, they are Muslims, they are Jews, they are spiritual, they are divine, they are this. The only thing they are not is themselves. Even some of them that are saying consciousness, they don't even know the consciousness they're talking about. They think consciousness is being spiritual. They say in spiritual, you learn science. In spirituality, you learn science. And Africa is where it is today. If you want to understand spirituality, go to Africa. They will teach you what is spirituality. Any religion that is booming in spirituality, black people must be there. No black people there, their spirituality will go down. Spirituality cannot help us. Knowledge of self. When you know yourself, you know you are human, you are natural, you are carnal, you are eternal. You are not spiritual being. You are not a religious being. You were not born to live by faith and beliefs. You were born to live, explore, and enjoy life naturally or humanly. The knowledge of self is the highest level of knowledge. When you're talking about knowledge, knowledge is the greatest. Knowledge is strength. Knowledge is power. But the knowledge of self, when you are armed with that knowledge, you will never be a slave. You will rather choose to die than to be a slave. The knowledge of self is very important. We need to know ourselves. We are the one that will free Africa as a continent. We are the one that will free us as a people. Africans, we need to wake up. If you are still practicing spirituality, you are still asleep. Go back to sleep. Practicing it. Don't you see that all the African revolutionaries that rise up saying they want to free Africans? Don't you see how they fell? It's to show you that, and they believe in God. They believe in God. Some of them believe that God is praying. God. When you say that, you limit yourself. You cannot achieve the main thing you're supposed to achieve. When you have faith in God, when you say, don't worry, believe what you believe, let us come together. It can never work like that. You can never achieve freedom with people that are practicing spirituality and religion. You can never achieve freedom with them. Because they will tell you one spirit says something or their ancestors say something and mess up the detailed plan you have. This is how this thing will work scientifically, proven. Then they switch to spirituality or religion. Everything mess up. You say, what happened? That's why you see so one of them betray you. Because someone else that believe some bullshit will come and talk to them, they follow them. You say, oh, they give them money. No, they didn't give them money. Know your problem and the solution. I know your problem and I know the solution. Spirituality is your problem. Religion is your problem. The solution is simple: knowledge of factual truth. And on top of that knowledge of factual truth is the knowledge of self. When you know yourself, you will know what to do. And you will know how to handle your. That's why I say learn from our ancient ancestors' exploits and the mistakes. They build with science and they made that mistake of treating strangers as themselves. That's why they tell you to love your enemy or to love your neighbor as yourself. No, you don't love your neighbor as yourself. Love yourself as yourself. Love your enemy as the enemy. But love is evil. So care for yourself. Take good care of yourself. Don't care for your neighbor. Unless they do what you want, then you give them from that. They don't care about them. They don't care about you. So why are you caring about them? Unless you're a slave. African hospitality calls African their heritage. We must learn from it. Know yourself. When you have knowledge of self, then you know what to do. Because they taught us away from who we are. How did they taught us away from who we are? By teaching us who does not exist. Africans can tell you about God. They tell you they have knowledge of God. They have knowledge of spring being. They can tell you about Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. They can tell you about Muhammad. But they cannot tell you about their own selves, their ancestors. They don't know. When you mention their ancestors, it's in prayers. When you mention their ancestors, it's in person. But when it comes to imaginary beings, fictional characters that has nothing, no relationship, no connection whatsoever with them, they have that knowledge because they went to school for it, they studied for it, they read for it, they prayed for it. They believe it so much, and they want to see those things they read or heard come to pass because they know the power you have. You have that believing power, and what you believe will control you. Just as what you fear, it will have master over you, your mastery over you. They taught us away from who we are by teaching us about God or Jesus that doesn't exist. You see educated African, PhD in science, PhD in that, master in that, still telling you don't know God. Which God are you talking about? God you have not seen, you cannot see. You know God, but you don't know your ancestors. And when you tell them that God does, he said your ancestors doesn't exist. Have you seen your ancestors? Idiot. You are the ancestors I'm talking about. You represent your ancestors. Your ancestors died for you to live, and you will die for your children to live. That is the cycle of life. It's natural. But there is no connection you have with God. God did not give birth to you. God did not create you. Have you seen any God that show up that say, yeah, I created you? You just believe in what somebody else say. Somebody made up that God, made up that religion, and give it to you. You believe it's true, and you are hating yourself, killing yourself to make that belief true. It can never. No belief, no faith can ever be true. It can never materialize. No matter how long you believe it, no matter how long you faith it, it can never materialize. God can never show up. Jesus can never show up. Your faith can never manifest. No matter, you can prophesy it all you want, it can never manifest. It is what you do that will manifest. Africans, we need the knowledge of our ancestral powers. When I'm talking about ancestral powers, science is it. I'm not talking about I make charm, jim, 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 jim. Those things are minor things. The ancestral powers we can use to build ourselves and our land again. As a people, guard ourselves and guide ourselves. Not making or repeating the same mistakes of our ancestors. Learn from them and live better, live greater. We have the powers to free us and build ourselves, build our lands again. But we are ignorant of those powers. It is not power to make money. It is not power to kill. It is power to live, explore, and enjoy life. We have those powers. The power they saw we have, they begin to build stories out of it. Telling you that Joshua said to the sun, stand still until I did this. One time, Haitians operated in that power before they diluted it and they think it's made voodoo. The power that defeated France, it defeated white people. Haiti. Look at Haiti today. Our brothers and sisters, our blood. How did they suppress or subdue Haiti? They join hands together, begin to sanction them. Join hands what against them? How dare black people beat one of us? No matter our differences, we join hands together and deal with them. Go to Haiti today. After government, Catholic Church have the highest land in Haiti because everywhere you see evil, That's where you see church. That's where you see mosque. That's where you see synagogues. That's where you see temples. Because they are the evil in our land. Abrahamic religion is evil in our land. We have the powers to build ourselves and our land again. We need to wake up, Africans, all of us. We need to wake up. Not only waking up, when you wake up, the next thing you will do is to wise up, begin to research, and keep growing in knowledge. When we wise up, that's when we can unite. I don't struggle to unite with anyone who is operating with knowledge of factual truth or knowledge of factual truth or the work. I don't have problem uniting with them. But you have any belief in God, any faith in God, spirituality, I can never unite with you. It's impossible because I know whatever we will plan to do will not work. Africans, it's not magic, it's not spiritual, it's not religious, it is natural. Common sense will teach you that. It's not matter of let us agree. No, agreement is bullshit. You know, they put in the Bible, they say two cannot work together except they agree. That's bullshit. You cannot what you can make other person force other person to work with you, but within you can force a horse to the water, but you cannot force the horse to drink water. You don't need agreement. We need unity. Black people have been agreeing with white people, but what have been happening to black people? Because for white people to agree with you, it must favor them more than you. See how China is doing. China in Africa. Anywhere you see China in Africa is benefiting them more than the Africans in that place. Yes, you won't learn. You think you don't need to go to school. Educated people has failed us. They have shown you. Education will not free us. Spirituality will not free us. Religion will not free us. We are the one that will free ourselves. Intelligent people, not educated people, not this grammatic people bullshit. I don't care about your degree or your level in education. You are educated fool if you're an African. So what do you mean? Look at your place. So when we wake up, we wise up, we unite, then we can rise up. And when we rise up, they even know already that whatever we imagine to do as a united people, he said nothing can refrain us, nothing can stop us, nothing can stop us. They cannot stop our freedom, Africa. Wake up wherever you are. If you're a black person, trust God, trust Jesus, trust spirit being, trust everything spirituality, trust everything religion, trust them. Focus on yourself. You can save your time and your money, invest in yourself. Keep your money for yourself. Stop giving out. That's another thing we must teach. And that's why I want you to wake up. Because when we all wake up, we'll not be depending on anyone else. We'll be living our lives. When we come together, we unite, not coming to start money, not coming to take from that person. No. What I have, you have. You have your own, I have my own. We are living well as a people. I show you that in the Bible. I show you that in Genesis chapter 11, 1 to 6. And I also show you that in Judges chapter 18, 7 to 10. These people were quiet and secure, living their life. They don't need any rulers that will put them to shame. They don't have. They don't need. And everything, nothing on earth is lacking in their land. Africans, that's us. Wake up. Let us wake up, wise up, unite, and rise up to restore our power and recover our heritage. We can never recover our heritage until we first restore our power. And we cannot restore our power until we wake up, wise up, unite, and rise up. We can be free people again. It is possible. And it's in my hand, it's in your hand. We can make ourselves free again. We don't need any God to free us. It's in our hand. African, we don't need the kingdom of God. We need ourselves. We need our land. We can do that. And we can build ourselves and our land again. Everything we need is in our land. Go after knowledge of self, knowledge of our ancestral powers, knowledge of our ancient African ancestors, knowledge of what we have. And you will see, you will say, wow, why didn't I know this? Or how I wish I'm like 18 years now. If I'm 18 years now, I will go, I will begin to that you see how I'm looking for a native doctor that will fortify me. I'm still looking for it. If I see any great, I don't say good, any great native doctor that can fortify me, I will go. No matter where that native doctor is in Africa, I will go. I don't mean all these ones that are looking for women to fuck or for money to make. No. I mean native doctor that know what Africans have. Uh-huh. I know when that person do something, it will work. And I will also direct other people to go there. Anything we are doing, all of us must have it. It's not one person having it, others don't have it. So they can't they deal with that person, the thing collapse. I know the problem. I know the solution. How about you? Dare to know. It's not something you go to school to learn. It's in you. It's in me. The African in you will agree with African in me. That's how we come together again, restore our power, and recover our heritage. According